Good morning. So today I wanted to run through a lab. It's kind of two parts. One is we're going to write a USB drive, a bootable USB drive through the rXg. And then the second thing that we're going to do is use out-of-band access via IPMI or iDRAC or something like that to reinstall the software on an rXg. We did add in the latest software to the operation manual. This process is in written format. So if you just click on the help button at the top of the screen, and then you're going to go into the lab manual and go down to USB drive options. And here we're essentially going to follow this process. I'm going to take a couple of different directions when it gets to putting the image on the system, just because I have it locally. But other than that, we'll go through and kind of do the same steps here. So I've already SSH'd into my rXg. We can type the geom disk list here. And I can see that I have two drives referenced, and this one is my USB drive, so USB 3.0. And so the next thing that we want to do is get the image file onto the USB drive. So the way I normally do that is I have just a built-in file transfer here. And then I'll take the latest image, which is, for me, it's going to be this. And it's really important that we use the .img file to do this. So we're going to drag that over. And I select binary type here. If you use secure CRT with secure FX, this is kind of built in. So now that the file is transferred over, I'm going to go ahead and check my directory. I see that I'm in my admin directory. And so if I do ls, then I see the file here that I just uploaded. So the next thing that we need to do is unmount the media. And in Secure CRT, I already have this since I use it quite frequently. So it's already a shortcut, but it's just unmount -f/media/. Then the next thing I need to do is write the image to the USB drive. And in my case, if we go back and look at geom disk list, the drive is going to be DA0. So now I'm going to go and just click write USB. And if we notice here, we're writing to DA0. Okay. And sometimes this is just kind of an oddity with Secure CRT, that if I don't actually do something after I paste the command in, it doesn't register it. So it's like I have to move the arrow keys around. But that's just something to do with Secure CRT. But now that it's successfully taken the command, I see that the cursor is just kind of sitting here flashing. Nothing's really happening. If I really want to see if this is actually working, then I can go into back into the rXg and type in gstat -p. And I can see that my DA0 drive is really busy. So that tells me that things are being written to it. And if I go look at the process over here, I have that written here. So if you go and type in gstat -p, then you'll be able to see if that drive is busy or not. So that's what we're doing there. So we'll wait a few more minutes. Now, this typically takes, on my lab system, well, as you can see, that just took a minute or two. But it could take, depending on the capabilities of the USB and the capabilities of the system that you're installing on, this could take anywhere up to an hour or multiple hours. So, kind of weigh that and try it out on your system, see what your results are. For me, in a lab environment, it works great, but if you have a slow internet connection or slow USB drive or slow system, then this may not be the right process for you. Okay, so the USB drive is now written. I see that it successfully transferred this. That's kind of the message that you get back. And so the next thing that we need to do is I need to log into the system via IPMI. And from IPMI, I can then take remote control, KVM5, and the thing that I can do here is just turn this off. Because I know that I'm reinstalling it, I don't have to do a graceful shutdown. If you're doing an update or something like that, then you may want to do a more graceful shutdown. But for me, I just did power off. And now we're going to set power on. And kind of the important part of making this happen is when I turn that power off, now anything that's going through the rXg is going to stop. So if my access to IPMI passes through the rXg, then this isn't going to work, because as soon as I turn it off, I'm going to lose access. So it's very important that when you do this process that you have out-of-band access. And so what we're doing here is we're just watching. In just a minute, it's going to pop up and ask us for the boot options here. And so I just have to press F11, and it says invoking boot menu. And then I can go and choose the USB drive that I just imaged in the previous step. And now we're going to go through the installation process, just like I'm sitting in front of the computer or in front of the rXg with keyboard and mouse and monitor plugged in. And I think that will probably conclude this video. Like I said, I'm just going to go through the normal installation process at this point. So if you didn't lose access when you shut down the rXg, then we know you've got good out-of-band access. This just runs through the installer. We have other videos that will kind of walk you through a basic installation. The next thing that I'll do is after the system is installed is I'll assign my public IP address, and then at that point I can go and either apply a config template or restore a backup or something of that nature to bring the system back online. But like I said, I just wanted to take a few minutes. I've been going through this process quite frequently, and it's very helpful, and I wanted to take some time and share that with you this morning. All right, guys. Well, thank you for your time, and have a great day.